Annoying. I don't care if its top priority is my life. I just wish it had stopped flying overhead non-stop. Navi was the one who saved me, and continues to do so. I know that full well, but I want to be alone today. The railway is already closed down. That's why I've been able to live in peace here. One of the mayoral candidates said he'd bring back the Noi Line as a municipal train. I firmly believed that no one would take that candidate seriously. Who would have known that he'd get elected and actually revive the railway? Because Erica can't operate near the coal mines, everyone was forced to take the long way around. I heard that was what led to a demand in reviving the railways. Why is taking the long way around a bad thing? People are too used to convenience. They throw hissy fits over the slightest annoyances. I genuinely hate that sort of laziness, and I hate the extreme decision to revive the railway. I feel crushed under that hatred. In fact, I can hardly breathe, I'm so angry. The dead can't come back. Even that isn't fair. He had forced Maitetsu into an early grave. So if that also kills the railways, it's only fair. And yet, why are the railways still? I hear a sound. My body shakes, and my vision turns red. A crushing feeling on my chest. The smell of blood, the sound of twisting metal, the feeling of lifeless texture. Everything starts to crawl up my leg. No, I can't. Maitetsu pushed me away. Even though she knew it would pull us apart, she let me escape from the accident. Teru-san told me that, because I couldn't save Maitetsu, saving another can be my atonement. That's how I understood it anyway. Which is the reason why I can still shamelessly live like this. And yet it makes me think. However, the moment I think like that is the moment it all refuses to leave my mind. If I let myself be consumed with it. Maitetsu is dead. I forced her to die. I should be the one who's dead. The railways should die. If an accident occurs on the day of its revival, I can make things fair and end it all. That's right, I can do this. At the very least, I can end everything within me. But that means what Maitetsu did would go to waste. I know. But it still hurts and is suffocating. I can't shake this away, no matter what. If I can be released from this smell of blood and sounds of twisting metal. Pull. Watch out, you're too close! Huh? I feel the edge of my jacket being pulled. I turn around by reflex, and in the next moment... wind pressure. I lose my balance and almost fall over. I must have sensed the danger. My body reacted on its own. Oh, sorry. Shosei surprised by my jumping on her so suddenly. I panic at what seems like a scream and quickly back off. I didn't mean to surprise you. I'm captivated by her sights. Her blonde hair dancing in the wind as it passes by us, her eyes blue, clearer than the Kuma River, and even Ohotoyo's sky. Okay. I know, yes, me, help protect... Well, I suppose. No, that's not true. I was the one who was saved. At that moment, if this girl hadn't caught me... Thank you. No, I should be, She bows slightly with her golden hair wavering. Ah, so she's... Did you come to take pictures of the railway?
Yes, here. Good place for photo, Papa said. I'm not good at photos, but he asked me to.
I see. So your father asked you to take pictures? That means your father must be a railway enthusiast. He must want photos of Unoi Line's arrival, but couldn't come because of work or something, and instead asked his daughter. Sorry, it's my fault that you lost your chance to take a good photo.
Oh.
She nods as if she's just realized it.
You. Dangerous because tracks too close.
Oh, that's right. Sorry about that. This time I bow deeply. A nervous and troubled sort of voice passes over my head.
Like railways, I know. Want to go close?
No, I don't like them.
Huh?
A blank stare. Her innocent eyes remind me of Michiko. When I think of that, I can't stop myself. I actually hate it. I hate it. I despise it. I want it to end. Her blue eyes are still wide open. She furrows her brow, coming closer to me.
Hate? Despise?
Oh, sorry. She parrots what I said, as if they were the names of some wine. I feel the hatred leave my body. She must have been sheltered as a kid. She doesn't even know the meaning of hatred. When I notice that, the suffocation I was feeling seems to lift. In short, I don't like the railways. That means it's different from like.
Different from like. Dislike railways?
That's right.
You dislike them, but you. Your name,
Me? I'm Maitetsu. Megita Maitetsu.
Satetsu-chan? Kun? Satetsu-kun?
I don't mind if you just call me Maitetsu-kun.
Satetsu-kun, why hate railway? But you look so close.
My hatred isn't getting through to her. She wouldn't understand it fully anyway. Besides, I'll probably never meet this girl again. That frenziness unlatches the emotions clinging to my throat. I can't move my eyes anymore. It's not the trains. I saw the past.
Huh?
I can't tell this to anyone. Not Makarani, Hibiki, not even Daito-san. Of the accident in the past, of the scars, I spit out the pain that comes from hatred and pain. I was in a railway accident and lost many things. I also was hurt. That's all. Those words are like a large block of bitterness.
Accidents?
I don't know if she got the message. The confusing void inside me is filled with quiet words.
Accidents, not good. Satetsu-kun, scared? Hurt? Poor Satetsu-kun.
Because her vocabulary is lacking, her words of comfort seep directly into me. Accidents aren't good. They hurt. They're scary. I suppose I am sorry. A sorry thing for having to go through that.
But accidents, railway not good, wrong. Hate is wrong.
I had to yell at her, but I managed to suppress it. Threatening a girl like her is the worst thing I could do right now. Why do you say that? Why wouldn't the railways be at fault for railway accidents? Even though I try to hold back, my expression troubles her. A sense of guilt rushes over me. What was I expecting from someone I just met?
Knife.
Knife. But the word seemingly comes out of nowhere, and the only thing I can think to do is mimic a stabbing gesture to confirm that's indeed what she said. The girl nods and uses a gesture as if to use a knife on a cutting board. She confirms it.
Maitetsu-kun, use a knife. Accident, chop, chop, chop. Slice, hurt, scary.
I used a knife and cut my hand by mistake and got hurt.
Yes, then...
Her blue eyes stare at me. The sky that I first saw must have been this color, is the phrase that pops into my head randomly.
Maitetsu-kun, will you hate knife? Bad knife?
No. It's a simple question, one I already know the answer to. That's not the fault of the knife, it's just a tool. It's up to me how I use it or maintain. And then it hits me. That's right. For those words comes understanding, and with that, the anger begins to dissipate. You're right. It's not the fault of the railways, nor is it the fault of the trains. They're part of a system, tools. They can't do anything on their own. The ones at fault are always...
Maitetsu-sama? Maitetsu-sama?
Yes, me,
Maitetsu-sama, are you still half asleep?
Hachoku peers into my face. My brain slowly wakens as it starts to comprehend Hachoku's words. I must have been asleep.
You seem tired, so I did not want to wake you.
Did something happen?
Yes, Paulette-sama is visiting. She says that there is something she needs to discuss.
Paulette? See her? Her name perks up my ears, my heart beating faster. Remember the dream I just had. Can you tell her to hang on 5 minutes? I'll get changed and meet her right after.
Good morning, Maitetsu-kun.
She's properly dressed and is wearing a serious expression. Noticing her serious attitude, the remnants of drowsiness in my head vanish.
Sorry for coming so early in the morning.
No, I wanted to see you too. When I say that, Paulette turns red.
Oh, really?
Yes. This is bad. Seeing her like this makes me embarrassed too. I want to confirm whether the girl in my dream was Paulette, but... So, what is it you wanted to talk about? I have Paulette speak first. In the meanwhile, I tell myself to calm down. Paulette nods once and then closes her lips tightly.
What I wanted to talk about is the other day, about you working as my secretary.
Paulette says while taking out a piece of paper.
Officially it's an employment contract, but in actuality it's a non-disclosure agreement.
Oh. While I am the adopted son of the Megiddo family, I am also hired by my adoptive father. Even if I'm with Paulette, I can't sign any contract that'll be detrimental to my adoptive father. I see. The only thing that's demanded of me is confidentiality. On top of that, there's no designated penalty for a breach of contract. I'll look some more and see that I can nullify the contract without any penalties to me. The payment is also blank right now, but no matter how I see it, 0 yen is most appropriate. So, when all's said and done, this contract is just to give me the title of secretary?
Yes, but that contract serves a big purpose. It will be required during hearings.
Hearings. She nods to say yes, but leans a little bit forward.
While I'm at the rail shop, I'm not the mayor. I'm the president of the Oho Railway Company.
Yes.
But I am still the mayor. That's why if I call the person in charge at City Hall to the rail shop...
I see. If you do that, it'll be more difficult to shake off the censures of mixing your personal and public life.
Yes, that's why when I have hearings as mayor, it's best to do so as the position of mayor.
She nods once more. When her eyes turn to me, they waver for a brief moment.
But alone, I think I can notice more things when there are more people.
That's true. I don't know how much I can help, but it'll be great for me to join those hearings.
In order to do that, you need a title. For a while, all the hearings will be unofficial.
What?
Official hearings are public and won't be done until project plans have been informally agreed upon.
What's the point of a public hearing, then? I was thinking that, but if she tells me that's how government is, with a sad face, I have no choice but to accept it.
That's why all prior investigations will be considered unofficial hearings.
Unofficial and private. She nods yes, but seems a bit sorry as she continues on.
Because that's how things are when outsiders join. They will refuse to go into any detail.
Yes. That's why I'm the special secretary. But it gives me the title of a secretary that she personally hired, and also makes me sign a contract of confidentiality. Very well. I have no objections. If that is the case, can you have the compensation as 0 yen?
Yes, thank you so much.
I sign the contract, and Pot gives a soft smile as if she were relieved.
Now I can work harder.
She nods and then stands up. Any sort of slack in her face is now gone.
It may sound strange to say this, but can we do the hearings today, first thing in the morning?
Meaning?
Morning for the Oho City Hall is at 8:30 a.m.
Very well, then let's... No. Wait just a second.
Yes?
My necktie. It would be improper for a secretary to go without a tie. Knock knock. This is Miyamoto.
Come in.
Excuse me. A very small, middle-aged woman comes into the mayor's office. According to Paulette, she called for the general manager here.
Miyamoto-san, this is the new special secretary, Maitetsu.
I see. Hi. Pleased to meet you, Maitetsu-san. I am the Chief of General Affairs, Miyamoto. Hello, Chief Miyamoto. Pleased to be of your acquaintance. We exchange simple salutations and bow.
And Maitetsu-san here is the one who drafted the... Yes, he formed the plan. I see. Then we can skip the briefing.
The documents are spread out on the desk. It's been organized in a way that's easy to read. I see. This person really is the manager, and a good one at that. I'm ashamed of myself for judging her by her looks.
First, regarding the cultural property designation of the Akayoso Shrine, with the materials I received, the Department of Cultural Affairs thinks it has high value. How likely is it to receive the designation? For the municipal or prefectural cultural property as soon as the next year. As a member of cultural affairs, I'd say it's worth aiming for important cultural property. Important cultural property?
She realizes something when she says it out loud. I almost mistook her for saying that it was more than enough to aim for the city or prefecture's cultural property designation.
If it is designated an important cultural property, the national government will provide maintenance funding, and it can also be advertised toward tourists.
Some numerical data estimated by the tourism division is shown. If it receives the important cultural property designation, we can expect an increase in tourism. However, if it's only a municipal or prefectural cultural property, it'd barely increase at all.
If we were to aim to receive the important cultural property designation, what is the shortest amount of time required for it? Even if everything goes absolutely smoothly, it would be 2 years at the earliest.
Maud closes her lips and glances to me. I raise my hand and Miyamoto-san asks what I have to say. In the case where it is difficult to receive that important cultural property designation,
Normally we will find out at a very early stage. I've received opinions about how this must be accounted for.
then how about aiming for the important cultural property designation? And if that seems unlikely, we'll try the municipal and prefectural cultural property.
What do you think, Miyamoto-san? I agree with Migata-san. It's a proper and realistic countermeasure. Then please notify all related parties of that direction. I understand.
Miyamoto-san opens her handbook and writes in a few memos, and then looks up again.
Next, regarding the Jutsusen coal mine, the city has been transferred ownership and mining rights of the coal mines already.
Transferred?
With the dying demand for coal, the location made it difficult for redevelopment. That is why they try to avoid maintenance fees and taxes by transferring ownership to the city.
I see.
In that case, there is no problem with the city redeveloping or mining it? Logically, yes, but as long as the investment is not worthwhile, I find it difficult to secure funding for it.
After being told that, I have no choice but to agree. Budgets can only pass through the assembly. Whether it be Pulit's supporters or the Erica supporters, no one will agree to a proposal that will place more pressure on the city's financial situation on something with no return on investment. Even if we set aside the redevelopment, some steps must be taken for environmental protection.
For that, we must first propose a budget for the investigation. A budget just for the investigation should pass through the assembly easily. The amount for an investigation can be attached to a bill for the reserve fund. We will do the investigation within the year, and depending on the results, countermeasures will be taken the following year.
Huh. Even at the earliest, it'll take that long?
At the worst case, I can make an arbitrary decision by executive order of the mayoral office, but that's against our democratic way of government.
Huh. I don't think the issue is that urgent to require that. Considering that first investigate, then take countermeasures should the need arise, that would be the best course of action. In that case, I try to change viewpoints. If first aid and a complete cure both require the same amount of time, then naturally we should aim for a complete cure. So all I would want to do is present a redevelopment plan that makes business sense and have it pass the assembly. Miyamoto says nothing, she simply nods slightly.
Regarding the redevelopment, do the citizens have any suggestions? Do public servants have any ideas? None. That coal mine, the abandoned coal mine, is purposely being avoided.
I see. It's the typical vicious cycle. Because no one wants to touch it, no one is interested. And as long as no one's interested, it'll never be developed. And to get out of that vicious cycle, the mining workshop and steam locomotive won't be enough. We'll have to brush it up. I mumbled that only to myself, but Pod and Miyamoto both looked surprised.
I understand.
Pod's expression straightens out right away, and she gives me a calm smile.
We'll work on the issue for the time being. Thank you very much, Miyamoto-san. Not at all. I'll excuse myself now. I'll leave behind these materials, so please use them at will.
Thank you. Miyamoto writes a note and leaves it next to the materials. She glances at my face and then bows to Pod before quietly leaving the room. I set out to talk to her, but quickly stopped myself. Pod is obviously holding her breath, once Miyamoto-san's footsteps fade. In the next moment, Pod exhales deeply and then falls over on her desk to stretch. I have to ask, you don't like her?
It's not that.
While still stretched out, she gives a wry smile. Pod turns to me.
It's not that at all. Miyamoto-san used to be Papa's right-hand person.
Of the previous mayor? Navi said this before, that the previous mayor of Hinai's governance was highly regarded. Considering she is his right-hand person, I can see why these materials are so organized. Oh. The handwritten memo is a phone number. This is without a doubt Miyamoto-san's. Pod can call Miyamoto-san whenever she wants, so she'd have no need for this memo. It's for me. Then I hold on to it for now. I take the memo and put it in my pocket. Pod pays me no heed, still stretched out on the desk.
But maybe that's why she treats you like a child.
A child?
Yes, she's always right about everything, and she backs it up with data all the time.
Yes. It all makes sense. I don't know why both Paulette and Miyamoto-san looked so surprised when I said I should brush up the plan. In that situation, they've always scrapped the plans at that point.
When everything is shut down, it feels suffocating. I know that following what she says is right, but...
Rather than putting in time on a plan with a low success rate, they would give it up on the spot and find another plan. That certainly is one of the methods you can take. Part of it is not to increase the workload unnecessarily. You're busy enough as it is.
I do think she worries that about me too. That's why I can't talk back to her.
Maybe it's because she said she's being treated like a child, or about how Miyamoto-san used to be the right-hand person of the previous mayor. Right now, Paulette sort of resembles Hibiki when she was rebelling against McCurney. To Miyamoto-san, Paulette is... I saw the words I'm about to say. No, that's right. Speaking of which, I've heard her say the word Papa many times over, but not once has Paulette said Mama. I can't remember at all.
Setsu-kun.
Oh, now that I think about it, I know nothing about Paulette. I haven't even confirmed if I've met her in the past. I shouldn't say anything careless. That decision changes the words that come out of my mouth. To Miyamoto-san, Paulette must still seem like an unreliable mayor? Yeah.
But that's not true. I was in fact an unreliable mayor, but that ended yesterday.
Yesterday. She stands up briskly. Not sideways, but straight up. Paulette's back is more beautiful that way.
I will redeem myself from now on.
Yes. Yes, we're just getting started. We can all redeem ourselves. Ignorance can be cured. For Paulette and for me, that is something that can be done. Oh, the whole crew. Nissan! Hibiki's squinting at me. No, that's not right. She's just completely disinterested. Did you become a railway enthusiast all of a sudden? No. I haven't. But I hesitate to declare that. I'm involved with railways, at least to the point of hesitation. You know... Without waiting for my answer, Hibiki scoffs at me and shrugs. Is digging for coal what people would call a pastime? No, they call that hard labor. Wait, it's not just digging, you know. I can't find the words to continue with. This must be how a frog feels when it's been stared down by a snake. And then you take the coal you went through the trouble of digging just to throw it in the furnace. People call that wasted effort. She is very convincing. I look to Paulette for help, but she looks back at me with an expression of both shame and confusion. Wait, maybe Hachiroku will... Nope, Hachiroku is completely emotionless. She's making a poker face and is set on playing dead. Rain is not listening at all, she's just hugging Paulette like a kitten trying to rub its scent. Now that I realize it, I was alone with Paulette for the past few days. That's true, you pay money, dig coal, and then have the coal taken from you? That's not fun.
Yes, I agree. I don't think people would like that at all.
My allies are silent. Only dissenting voices pile on. Then what? Then how should we do it? How can we turn the abandoned coal mine into a tourist attraction?
If it's that easy to think of, somebody else would have already done it. This may just be common sense, or maybe it's a very basic opinion, but...
Possibly pitying me for being cut down by Nagi, Fukumai cautiously raises her hand.
I think the proportion of how much you get back for the amount you paid is what leads to satisfaction, yes?
Fukumai then mentions that the Kuma River downstreaming has to fix this too, as she sinks into self-scorn. However, I see. That is very basic. It's the balance between what you pay and what you get back. When experiencing the Kuma River downstreaming, I honestly felt it was too expensive. Regardless of how wonderful an experience it was. That's true. If people think they're paying to work, no one would want to do it, even for a single yen. Then we have to change the impression so that it doesn't feel like work. Moving the steam locomotive with the coal you dug feels romantic, but if it has zero appeal to those who don't particularly like railways... Now, for example, what if you turn the coal you dug up into pseudo-currency? Oh, that's not bad. McCartney has been completely silent, but she suddenly speaks up and gives her approval. I thought I was being a bit of a simpleton, but I gain traction when I hear some encouragements. As currency, there could be many uses for it. One of them could be a shoveling workshop for a conductor workshop. That's the sort of romance that Pod and I share. If you can choose freely, there should be many choices. There could also be, steam shochu or steam ice cream, or you can exchange it for something like a new station lunch box.
And how about a ticket for Kuma River downstreaming? Please make it so that it can be traded too, yes?
Yes, that's right. Having a co-op of that sort would be nice. That way we can involve the entire town's tourism initiative.
If we can expect an advertisement effect, we can have sponsored merchandise that can eventually be provided for free.
Oh! That's true. Let's say that a bottle's worth of dug-out coal could be exchanged for a cup of steamed shochu. If they felt like they enjoyed that cup, they could purchase a bottle at the souvenir store. Cooperation and advertisement. If we play our cards right, it's win-win for everyone.
In the beginning, we'll have to set the prices to as close to cost as possible, but with additional co-ops, we can gradually increase the profit margin.
I nod to Pot's voice. Not just me, but Reina, Hatroka, Makurani, Nagi, Fugama, and even Hibiki. If we can increasingly attract co-ops, this proposal can be turned into a profitable business. I organize my thoughts as I say them out loud. The steps in achieving this starts coming into my mind. Yes, one after another. It's something that Pod and I can't do alone. If we can reutilize the abandoned Jutsusen coal mine for the tourism industry, Ohatio will regain its original glory. In order to achieve that future, there's one thing that must be done right now. To see that glory. In order to do that, I need everyone's help.
Take me to the abandoned tracks of the mining railway. My experiences may be useful in reviving that line. If you can give me detailed costs for the railways, I can build some simulations in fee setting for you. I'll talk to Grandpa and other craftsmen. I'll talk to other manufacturers and the Tourism Association people, or I'll try to. Rena will help Paulette.
Before I can ask on what they offer their help.
Creating the image will be really important.
Hibiki? She's still turned away, but I can feel it. Hibiki's emotions are obvious.
If there's something you want drawn, I'll draw it.
Thank you. So you'll help them?
I already told you in the beginning.
Huh? She glances at me sideways for a brief moment. A hint of sadness in her eyes, but I sense a bit of happiness too.
I see you having so much fun, Nini. I'm your sister. Of course I have to cooperate.
I see. I try to pat her on the head like I always do, but she evades my hand. Hibiki gives a wry smile, clears her throat, then closes her eyes.
That's not it, Nissan.
She slowly opens her eyes and turns to me.
That hand should be used to build a future.
Okay. Looks like Hatroka and Hibiki might be productive again. That's good.